Hello everyone and welcome back to Airwrap Military Collectibles. So today's video I'm looking at an interesting little item. Now people have asked me in the past, John, how do I get into collecting, or what do I collect now that will be a collectible in the future? There's lots of different answers I could give. I suppose look at modern conflicts now, whereas the equipment is actually classified as surplus rather than collectible, and go from there. So unfortunately you have the likes of Ukraine and Russia at the minute. That stuff I'd say in the future could be collectible, but at the moment it's just war trophies and stuff like that if you can find them. But then you go back to the war on terror, Afghanistan and Iraq and places like that, and you come up with little items like this. And what this is a personal mine detection kit. Well, it's actually named as Personal Mines Extraction Kit, but it could have been named a bit better. So you have the part number, you have the manufacturer, even, believe it or not, and the company, the actual item itself, and the NSN number, the NATO number. This can be attached to your vest via a MOLLE system. This is in the old British DPM, Desert DPM. The two-tone version even. There is, I think they have a three-tone version as well, two-tone. And it's basically a little wallet. So you open up the wallet. Now this, I believe, is complete. There's one thing in the card that it says that you should have a tripwire detector. But I don't know what you'd use in this kit for a tripwire detector, but according to the picture I have actually everything. So it comes with this little card, and the little card here, I don't know if you can make it out here if I hold it up to the camera. So the first part of it is operational mine encounter drill. So what you do basically if you encounter mines, our one was slightly different. We'd shout freeze, mines, and then we'd deal with it from there. What to look for, or sorry, this is how to look with your probe. I'll get onto the probe and stuff like that. The angle, how far down, how deep you do it, and the channel that you clear. And then on the back here, then you have mine awareness basics, what not to do, where minefields are found, general land signs that you can tell for what a mine would look like, and then the actual kit itself. So the quantity of the kit, you will have one mine prodder, very technical name. Daylight route marking system, right? You have 5 red pegs, you have 20 white standard or safe pegs. So red is obviously suspect or dangerous, white is safe, and then you have the night version of it here. So you have the night, you have 5 red chem lights, you have 20 green chem lights, you have 1 tripwire feeler. Now this is the thing I don't know what the tripwire feeler is in it. You have the aid mammer, which is this, and you have the storage pouch, which is the bit at the back. So I'll just put that up there to the top. So we're going to start here and we're going to work across. So these are your little green chem lights. So this is your safe green for your detection at night. And then here in the back you have your red chem lights, obviously suspect or you believe a mine. Then the next little thing is your actual probe, or they call it a prodder. We used to call it a probe, but each their own. Just take these apart, and what these literally do is they screw into each other like a cleaning rod of a rifle, and then they screw into the handle. So then you basically, what you have to do, I'll show you how we used to do it. So basically you play pool. So you put your hand up like a pool cue, and you basically prod down between this knuckle, and you prod down, I believe, I can't remember, was it 40 centimeters or 30 centimeters? You'd push it down as hard as you could, ground dependent, and you'd literally work your hand in a path the whole way across, giving yourself 10 or 20 centimeters every time you prod it. And that's what you did the whole way. Now, I don't know if the British one was different, their drill was different. It seems to be similar, but that's how we used to do our drill, was between your knuckle and play pool. And just prod down at a 30-degree angle all the way across your safe zone. Very time consuming, obviously, but I'd rather do that than lose my legs. Unfortunately, some people in Afghanistan and Iraq didn't lose just their legs, they lost their lives out of this. But so this became a very substantial piece of kit for them to carry. In here you have your white pegs and you have your red pegs. So obviously the red pegs are for marking suspected devices and your white pegs are for your channels. Now you would clear, so in a patrol what would happen is you'd all get down, the point man or whoever was the contact would clear back to the next fella. The next fella would clear back to the... So the first man would clear back to the second guy, so he'd use up his pegs. The next guy would clear back to the second guy. The second guy would clear to the third guy. That was if you were extracting, right? If you were incurring or going forward, the last... So basically everyone would go firm. They'd clear an area around themselves, go into all round defence. The last man would clear to the second last man. Then the two of them, basically the second last man would clear to the third last man, and so forth and so on up along the patrol until they got out of the contact, because it is an actual contact. When you come across mines, it's classified as a contact. They were the two drills we were taught. I don't know how the British were taught them, whether it was different or slightly different, but that's what we were taught. And it depended on the NCO to decide whether you were either extracting or whether you were infilling. It depended how much cover and how long it would take you to get to. So if you're in the middle of a field or a quarter of across the way field, it was easier to get back out of the field than it was to go forward and things like that. If you were all the way through a field nearly, it was just nearly quicker to go forward to find cover. So that's it. Yeah, it's a little mine detecting kit. The tripwire thing, now I actually had to reshoot this video because Danny, who kindly gifted me this item, Danny Reese, Herefordshire Regimental Museum. If any of you don't want to, or haven't subscribed to them yet on YouTube, go check them out. Herefordshire Regimental Museum. He told me about this. I didn't know this was in the back of it, and it's wire. And what he said this was for was they would cut this wire into lengths, right? If they had ran out of pegs and stuff like that, and they would straighten the wire, and they would use it. They'd put either white tape or red tape on the top of the pegs and use them for the wire. Now I'm not sure whether you want to use this as your tripwire detector, because I don't know how good it would be. What we used to do as a tripwire detector was you got something long, obviously like your bayonet or your rifle or this, and you tie white wool strand, white wool string from head height all the way to the ground. And why head height? Because that's how high tripwires could be found, because obviously they were trying to take out men. So you'd hold it out, just so if you picture your spike here and you picture your twine or your wool. The reason we used to use wool was because it was lighter, so you had this big long string, and you'd basically push it forward, and with your string at the end, if it encountered a tripwire, you'd slightly bend so you put no weight on it, that it would cause it to trip. That's what we were taught, that's what we were shown, and that's what we used to use. So I don't actually know what in this kit is classified as a tripwire detector, because I wouldn't be too comfortable about going stringing this out in a line and going hitting about a wire, tripwire. Depending how sensitive the tripwire was, this would probably set it off, whereas a piece of wool string would not do that. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this, lads. It's just an interesting little item. This is fairly complete, as I said. I'm just not sure about that tripwire detector, whatever it was. Where's it gone? Yeah, there. Tripwire feeler. I'm not sure what it is. There we go. There's a little card. That's as far as I'm concerned, that's the kit complete. A little collectible of the future. So if you like what we provide here at Éire Military Collectibles, please like, please subscribe, and please tune in for the next video. And as always, if you want to get in contact with the channel, there is an email at the top of the video description. And thank you very much.